Hello everyone, this is for Pre-Calc, section 12.3, part B. Now, what you guys are going to be looking at is a tangent line. A tangent line is a line that touches a curve only at one point. Perhaps if I do it to a circle, maybe that's a good place to start. A tangent line is going to touch that curve only at one point. It's not going to be a chord and go through 2 points, but only touching at 1 point. So something that's tangent to a curve is only going to, that's a little low, only going to, I meant to draw it so it was only going through 1 point. Okay, so it's tangent to the curve. These are a little harder out here. Okay, so it's only touching the curve at 1 point. Okay, that's a tangent line. Notice that on to do this. On this side of the curve, all my tangent lines are going to be heading in a positive direction, meaning the slope of this line is positive. The slope of this line is positive. As soon as it turns the corner, all my, it's a little off, all the lines are going to have a negative slope because they're going downward. Okay? So the tangent lines are touching the curve only at 1 point. What you're going to be asked to do is find the equation of the tangent lines at various points along this curve. On this idea of all the slopes on this side of the curve are positive. All the slopes on this side of the curve are also positive. The slopes in here, I'm hoping you're seeing, are negative. If I were to sample any of these points along here and then look at its slope, you would see a slope is negative. Well, if you're switching from positive to negative, somewhere it has to take on a slope of value 0. Same thing here, you're switching from a negative slope to a positive slope. Somewhere between there, it has to take on a value of 0. We're going to use that thought on the next page. Okay? Okay, to do this, I need to first find the slope anywhere on that curve. So setting it up, you get x plus h cubed plus 3x plus h squared minus x plus h plus 3. That's just the first part. And I'm hoping you notice that you got a cubic here. So let's step aside and do the cubic. Don't bother. You'll see this more than once in your homework. So x plus h cubed is x plus h, x plus h, x plus h. Whoops. If I multiply the first two together, that's really just a shortcut for x plus h squared, which you guys know is x squared. Multiply together and double. So the first two, you guys already got the answer. So that's going to be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared times x plus h. To multiply the x through, and you got x cubed plus 2x squared h plus xh squared. The order really is unimportant. Now I need to take the h and stuff it in. So then I'm going to have 1x squared h plus 2xh squared plus h cubed. So x plus h cubed is going to be x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3xh squared plus h cubed. And you guys will see this fairly frequently in your homework. Okay, so let's go put that h back. Oops. Oops, it was a 3 that I erased. Sorry about that hesitation there, folks. Apologize for consuming your time. There we go. Okay, so x plus h cubed is that. So I got x cubed plus 3x squared h, 3xh squared plus h cubed plus 3 times x plus h squared. So plus 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared. You out of breath yet? Minus x minus h plus 3. Good gravy. Now I got to subtract all of this from it. So minus x cubed, where is it? Minus 3x squared plus x minus 3. So anything that didn't have an h should start canceling out. So 3x squared h plus 3xh squared plus h cubed plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus h. Okay, now I need to divide it all by h. So take this, divide it by h. So I get 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared plus 6x plus 3h minus 1. Now I have to take the limit as h goes to 0. So anything that still has an h should go away, and you're left with 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. This is the first derivative of this function. So this is expressing the slope anywhere on that curve. Okay, it's finding the slope anywhere on that curve. What did that find? It found the slope. Where's that slope? 0. Well, we had, I forgot it already. Sorry about that, you guys. End of a long day. Yikes. 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. Okay, let me jump back, make sure. 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. 3x squared plus 6x. Okay, good. Okay. Where is that 0? You guys have a couple options. You could try factoring it and asking where it's 0, or you could do the quadratic formula. Right? I'm not convinced the thing's going to factor just by looking at this. What my gut's telling me, so I'm going to jump into the quadratic. Opposite of b, plus or minus, square root of b squared, minus 4 times a times c, all over twice a. So negative 6 plus or minus, let's see, 36 plus 12 is 48. So square root of 48. So negative 6 plus or minus 48 is 16 times 3. So 4 square roots of 3 over 6. So if you reduce it, you'd have a 2 that cancels out. Negative 3 plus or minus 2 square roots of 3 over 3. There are 2 places it's telling you have a slope of 0. When the x value is negative 3 plus 2 square roots of 3 over 3, and some y value to go with it, as well as negative 3 minus 2 square roots of 3 over 3, and then some y value to go with it. Looking back at the graph, there are 2 locations where your x value is going to occur that will create a position where your slope is 0. Okay? So in other words, a maximum and a minimum. You found the x values for the minimum and maximum is what you just did. To find the y values, you would plug those back in, not to the slope. That's just going to give you 0. You have to plug it back into the original equation. You have to plug it back into the... Yikes. Where is it? Right there. X cubed plus 3x squared minus x plus 3. You have to plug that back into these x values. It'll be gross to get the y value that goes with those. But that finds the minimum and maximum values on your graph. You're asking the derivative, where is it 0? You're asking the derivative, where is it 0? Okay. Now let's say you're given the same equation. Find the equation for the slope anywhere along this curve. Okay, we did that. We took the derivative and we found it was 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. Okay, so f prime of x was 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. What is the slope when x is negative 2? Okay, so you fill in negative 2. If you, I was going to say, since we got several of them to do, if you want to fill them out, so filling in negative 2, so that's going to give you 3 times negative 2 squared plus 6 times negative 2 minus 1. So that's going to be, what? My brain is dead. I'm just going to type it in. Okay, so negative 2. Oh, I'm making mistakes already. 3 parentheses. Negative 2 squared plus 6 times negative 2 minus 1. Okay. So it looks like you get negative 1. coincidence that that n number is -1. Okay, slope is 0. That's going to be easy enough. Those go away. Did I really fill this out right? Let's go 3x squared plus 6x minus 1. We'll do this. Then I'll go fill in -2, and I got -1, 0. Yep, I got 1, and the other one was 2, 23. Whew. Doubting myself. Okay. Well, sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what this symbol was. I just wrote quick to see if it was something that was going to continue. All right, -1. Coincidence only. Find the equation of the tangent line. Okay. When x is -2, blah, blah, blah. Now, I also need to locate coordinates, x, y values on the original graph. -2, 0, 2. Now, what I did when I backed up to see if I had these correct, you guys, is what I did, come on, is I filled in this equation into my calculator and then went to the table and asked it to find the values at those points. So that's what you guys could do here. You could type in the original equation, so x cubed plus 3x squared minus x plus 3, and then go to your table and ask it, what's the value at -2? The value at -2 is going to be 9, 3, and 21. So those are the coordinates. So in other words, -2, 9, 0, 3, and 2, 21. Now you've got the slopes at those values. So to write the equation, y minus 9 is equal to -1, x plus 2. So then it would be y minus 3 is equal to -1, x minus 0. Or how about y minus 3 is equal to -1x, since I really don't need the minus 0. The last one, y minus 21. Oops. Yeah, no, that's right. Whew. Okay, sorry, scared myself with it. 23, because that's the slope when x is 2. X minus 2. There we go. Okay, so finding the equation of a tangent line for different values of x. You got to find the slope and the coordinate at specific values, and then just fill it in to the y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Okay? So that's just finding the equation of a tangent line anywhere on the graph. Up here was finding the coordinates of minimum and maximums. Right? I believe that's it. There's your assignment. Thank you for your time.